The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 8 frames. You don't say. Yeah, you needed a big reduction in frames on this one. And now we are on Devil Jin. I just love this. Clive, you are fine. Devil Jin, well, come out, Devil Jin, from the locker room. I swear to God, I'm not holding a shotgun. But is this a good patch? It absolutely is. It's still a good patch because, you know, it just tones things down, and that's what this game needs right now. What's up, guys? MainManSWE here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. I'm a little bit late on the ball. Instead of immediately waking up, this stuff always drops in the middle of the night for me, and instead of waking up doing patch notes, I've hit the gym, met a friend, I've just had lunch. But between sets at the gym, I actually looked at a few of the notes. So I did see that it was mostly arrows going down, though. That was good because it's nerfs we want. Ever since Season 2 dropped, or slightly before that, I feel like we're just reading patch notes all the time. Which is bad, considering it means that the game needs a lot of patching, which it does with Season 2. It's slowly, hopefully, turning into a better game. In 2.01, additional adjustments have been made to address the game's attack-heavy balance. It turns out Season 2 is not a problem if your name is Ni. He literally proved that by playing legit like 60-70% of his gameplay is defense, as it's always been. Ni does not like taking risks. Air pressure tight gameplay. Like very safe stuff, and plays like 100% fundamentals, movement and punish. And he destroyed everyone with Brian. The rest of us are fucked though, unfortunately. That's the bad news. But if your name is Elbow, if you're his cousin, maybe you can also make it work. The next update, 2.02, is scheduled for release in early June. From what I understand, June 3rd, which is not a long time away. So if this patch is not super amazing, we can hope that on June 3rd that there are more positive changes. It also has to be said that June 3rd, it's not a long time away. It's not even a month away. So Alyssa, we are obviously hoping for nerfs. She is tormenting me in ranked. If you don't have to face, to be honest, you guys always say, oh god, I never king. Oh, I have to play against Steve. Oh no, it's Kazuya, the Casino Vortex. Genuinely happy you guys don't have to play against Alyssa. I get Alyssa every single session. I'm happy if I don't get multiple Alyssas. And it's constant frame lockdown, chainsaws where I cannot do a single thing. She evades everything I do simply by breathing, and she does a ton of damage. Yeah, it doesn't seem particularly fair, to be honest. But so I'm hoping there are nerfs here, so during heat. So this is a universal change I'm about to see on every character, I assume. Chip damage on heat smash is less. Oh, so this is the broken wall combo. She would do stomp, this one, into this, and it was like a 38 damage wall combo, I think. Very high 30s. Change the damage from 1424 to 820. So that's a significant damage nerf. But this combo is still going to hurt, it seems. Up for the one, change the damage from 20 20 20 to 19 19 20. Okay. 2-point damage reduction on a 60 damage sequence. Okay. Up for 3-4 or up 3-4. So this is initiates the wall combo, the broken wall combo. The startup of the attack has been changed from 3841 to 3840. So it now has 3 active frames instead of 4. Is this supposed to mitigate the wall combo, or during back turn 1, change the damage from 31 to 21? Oh, backup. I mean, not back turn, backup 1. I don't even know what backup is. I mean, this is taking down damage. She still has high damage even with this gone. The frames have to come down. The lows in destruction mode, the chainsaw mode, have to be toned down. Anna, back 1+2. Don't know what back 1+2 is. Sorry. During hammer chance, 1+2. Is that a vertical bazooka strike? That used to do 36 damage without counter it. Though, so Anna is the same. Okay. And there's quite a lot on Asuka. Heat Smash, universally, chip damage toned down. Forward 3-4. The opponent's reaction on an airborne hit has been changed so that it no longer triggers the strong aerial tailspin state. Oh, they took down a tailspin, because I noticed in Evo Japan that she has like 3 different tailspins. I'm not sure she needs all of those. While running 1+2, obnoxious attack, change the damage from 30 to 27. Still an incredible move. 3 points of damage, who cares? During Naniva Gusto, 4-2 on hit or block, 1+2. The damage scaling on the first hit when it connects with a down opponent. So, oh right, since season 2, she's in her install. She hits you with a 4-2 on the ground, guaranteed follow-up. Automated, right? The damage scaling on the first hit when it connects with a downed opponent has been adjusted from 80 to 70 and reduced the damage dealt by the second hit. Okay, so it does less damage. That's good. During Naniva Gusto... Well, she's always had excessive damage. I also noted when I read previously before that Heihachi has seen a lot of damage reductions. I'm personally hoping that what we're not doing here, I hope we're not going to the high damage characters like Heihachi, Asuka, and Brian and removing their damage. I don't want to see a Tekken game where Yoshi does as much damage as Brian. It makes no fucking sense. Some characters should have high damage. It's just that it should be risky for them trying to access that damage, getting you airborne. That's how you balance. Again, like, if everyone does the same damage to me, that's also a way of just removing identity from characters, in my opinion. Well, I just don't see a lot of nerfs here, to be honest. Doing that, not that Asuka is one of the most problematic characters, it's just that she used to be one of the best designed characters in Tekken 8, and Season 2 kind of took a big old diarrhea dump on that, in my opinion. Azucena, while running 3-2 into Libertador, delayed the timing for executing moves during Libertador by 2 frames. So 2 frames slower. So she gets a +3 instead of +5. Okay, well that's a nerf. Brian, during Snake Eyes, back 1+2. Oh, there's a lot of changes on this move. Adjusted the move so that it always transitions to a crouching state upon completion. Oh, okay. Well, that's a big nerf. The opponent's state when blocking has been changed from crouching to standing. Oh, shit. We're taking a sledgehammer to this attack. Reduced the hitbox size in the downward direction. Okay. Decreased the opponent's recovery time by 3 frames. There's +4 now instead of +7. Reduced the knockback distance when the attack is blocked. This move has very bad tracking anyway. I wasn't using it a whole lot. However, it was a good use if you really could guarantee they would respect you. But the way it looks right now, I just don't know how many Bryans will bother with this attack anymore. Considering it eats up your install and your heat. Okay, so they actually don't even tone down his damage. Brian should be a hard-hitting character. But you might have to nerf his tools a bit. There's no nerfs to combo damage here, and there are no nerfs to his tools, really. There's nerfs to back 1+2, but that's it. No nerfs to the hatchet, the new hatchet. It still cannot be low parried, I assume. The game still treats it like a heat smash. It still has a full crouch mix-up, so Brian will stay S tier. No, so nothing. That's universal. So basically, no nerfs to Claudio. Okay. Claudio is very strong, but is he unbelievably bullshit? I don't know. Knee showed the counterplay to the... Well, the thing is, Knee makes everything look balanced because he's so cracked, but it was nice seeing the counterplay to the charge up attack, the guard break, step right. The counterplay reminds me of Tekken 3 or Tekken Tag 1 ogres with their 4-4-2 to block step right, which was pretty interesting. There's nothing on Clyde. Okay. Wow. the chip damage on block went from, so he doesn't do 11 damage on block anymore when he does his heat smash. He does 10 damage. He unfortunately now falls down the tier list. Ah! No parachute. Ah! From S to B. I'm no longer a Clive main. And now we are on Devil Jin. I just love this. Clive, you are fine. Devil Jin, well, come out, Devil Jin, from the locker room. I swear to God, I'm not holding a shotgun. Okay, maybe they're waiting for June. To be honest, I also get a bit suspicious when I see on Brian that there's just not a lot of stuff here. I'm assuming like Brian and Clive, characters that don't get a lot here, they might get a large revision come June. Or maybe I'm sucking on a big old chunk of copium. I don't know, but I'm just assuming this is how it's going down. For the move downward 1-2, the opponent's behavior on hit has been revised. This change was made in response to the move allowing Devil Jin to repeatedly maintain an advantageous position by following up with Morning Crow, against a downed opponent. Okay, I get what you're saying, but he still took a big risk doing that though, because that's a mid-high. But you know, if it's ducked, it really hurts a lot. And he can mix with downward 1-4, which is mid-mid. But this is very fair because downward 1-4 is not a natural, and downward 1-4 is -13 on block. So I feel like certainly he can get some pressure after. But okay, that was too much. Oh god, did they finally fix the charge-up punch? The level 2 charge, this is the best charge. The opponent's recovery time on blocking has been reduced by 12. The advantage on block has been changed from 17 to +5. Wow, that is a gigantic nerf to Devil Jin. They also toned down the tracking of a fully charged punch. So these are gigantic nerfs to Devil Jin. This was easily, I don't care what Devil Jin mains say, objectively, this was one of his absolute best attacks. But it's also fair to say that it was unbelievably poorly designed. Like, if you did this one, semi-charge, you could just lock people into the wall, constantly getting wall crushed in Season 1, taking chip damage, getting wall crushed, +20, +20, +20. And if you ever tried to challenge those 20 frames, you didn't know what he was going to do. If he didn't do another charge-up punch and he did, like, you know, any mid, like Demon Paw or whatever, you would die. And the threat of the fully charged one, you know, when you're trying to wake up at the wall, he's standing 5 meters away. Yeah! And you're like, you power crush because you don't dare sidestep. You could sidestep it, but it was so strict. You needed such good timing. This still doesn't make the move useless, by the way. It's just not an astounding apple pie full of shit, if there is such a thing. During Morning Crow 1+2, increased the recovery time by 2 frames. So this is the unblockable from Morning Crow. Reduced opponent's recovery time by 3 frames, adjusting frame advantage from +5 to 0. Okay, so now when he does Morning Crow unblockable, it's not +5, it's 0, it's neutral. I don't see people use that a lot anyway. He didn't need nerfing, I think, but this was just bad game design. In my opinion, they had to remove that. It was just bad game design. Downward 1-2, I don't know if that had to happen. I don't know if this had to happen either. But, oh well. Nothing happens to Dragunov. Okay. Still a very strong character, just not insanely stupid anymore, but very strong. And I kind of find the pigeonhole stuff to be interesting. Yeah. Eddie, nothing either. I don't even know where Eddie is right now in Season 2. I have no clue. I just haven't even labbed the character. Fengwei, pretty much nothing. During heat, back 4-3-4. The opponent's recovery time on blocking has been reduced by 5 frames. The advantage on block has been changed from +12 to This was plus 12 on block. Nice. Now it's plus 7. Still one of the coolest sidesteps I've ever seen. The grand finals there, where Ni, with his Brian, goes up against Mulgold's Fengwei. Mulgold just runs in, does this sequence. And that mid, by the way, the starting kick is 12 frames. That's a very fast move. That's faster than a down forward 1. Ni immediately recognizes it, steps right, and before the tornado kick comes out, he jet uppers Mulgold, and it's just absolute perfection. But okay, so this has been nerfed from plus 12 to plus 7. Well, that's something at least. Oh, Heihachi, here we go. There's a lot of fucking nerfs. Back 4 changed the damage from 27 to 23. This reminds me of Fakum Ram, his 3-4. Also from 27 to 23. So it's a pretty substantial damage reduction on back 4 counter hit. Okay. And then while running 1+2 headbutt. Oh, did they nerf that? I'm the only one using this move, by the way. I've never seen another Heihachi use this attack. So what you do is you do the headbutt and you hold forward, and he will go into Raijin stance. So that's Thunder God Kamei. He will do this even on whiff. So if someone steps it or crouches it, you'll go into that stance and you're minus like 100. They have an eternity to launch you. They adjusted the frame advantage on block from plus 8 to plus 6. So now you'll be able to jab interrupt the guard break. I'm not sure that needed a nerf, but okay, I'll take it. Warrior Instinct, forward 4-2, 8 points less of damage. Okay. Warrior Instinct, Thunder God's Kamei. Oh, so this is the Hidden Omen. No? What? Thunder God's... No, that's the Omen. That is the Omen. Okay, so it has 4 points less of damage. Warrior Instinct, Wing God's Kamei 2, Hidden Electric. 4 points less of damage. Okay. Hell Sweep, less damage in Warrior Instinct. Warrior Instinct while running 1+2, less damage. Holy shit. So basically, final Heihachi gets a ton of damage reduction. Okay. I mean, doesn't change the fact that he's still insanely fucking strong. Sure, damage reductions, but he still has a homing Hell Sweep. 1+2 was nerfed in a patch before. But it still hits like a truck. The big deal with this move in this state is not the damage, it's the fact that it's suddenly safe. It goes from -10 to like -3, right? Hidden Electric. These are pretty drastic numbers here, like 8 points less. Like, sure, but he's still super strong. This one is puzzling though. I play a lot against Heihachi players and I watch top tier Heihachi players. I haven't seen anyone use this. I've been using it a little bit, but okay. Huarang. Did not nerf a new low and did not nerf a new flamingo string for free. Okay. Behavior. So there are no nerfs here even. Well, I hope they nerf him a little bit in June because he's kind of insufferable to play against. That's a lot of characters now, but that new low ain't it, and that new string certainly ain't it. When most people just clown on Huarang, feel he's a spammy, idiot, rabies character, I've always said that, you know, he's a character for specialists. It's not as easy as you think. The changes in Season 2, it's just turns into one of those situations where you don't know what to say because now you're giving him tools he shouldn't have, and now you're just like, well, what exactly is the point of this character now? What's the drawback? Because now you put in 2 new attacks that sort of patch out the shortcomings he had in these stances. So what's the point? Jack during heat, blah, blah, blah. Down for 2-1 hold, change the damage from 40 to 32. 8 points less on down for 2 charge up. Okay. Oh, up for 1 hold, change the damage from 50 to 32. So why did that do 50 damage? This is what allowed from his blue spark upper like 140 damage combos. Literally 140 damage. 18 damage less? Well, thank you. But this was more than justified. Jin. Okay. Oh, we have some nerfs. Standing free. Change the damage from 19 to 17. Okay, so this is to nerf the damage of free 1 in combos, or I assume it is. And then down for 2-4, change the damage from 20 to 19. Of a kick does 1 damage less. I don't hate the new Jin. He's so much cooler than Season 1 Jin. Takes a little bit more of effort now to play him, and he's not disgustingly broken anymore. He used to be played with 4 attacks, now we use the moveset. Still very strong, but I kind of like Season 2 Jin, I gotta say. June, let's see. When Kazama Essence is fully charged, down 1+2. Oh, that's her bound. Change the damage from 38 to 32. So slight damage reduction on her. Mostly this was used in her wall combo, I think. Kazuya, where are the buffs? Where are the buffs? During heat, blah, blah, blah. Up for 1. Remove the homing attack property. So the up for 1 is no longer a homing attack. Making it possible to evade with sidesteps. Change the damage from 20 to 16. Oh, we nerf the damage as well. But what's the point of the move now, then? The startup of the attack has been changed from 2021 to 20. A lot of people kind of mistakenly, in my opinion, started shouting that this killed Kazuya's identity. Oh my god, you gave him a mid-homing! I didn't use this move. I only used it as wall. It was a good wall combo. I don't know if it still is with his damage reduction, though, but good wall combo. But I never used this as a homing attack because Kazuya has while standing free. I don't care about this, and I certainly didn't see other Kazuya spam this. While standing free, more reach, better frames, no heat needed. Why would I sacrifice my heat energy to get something I already have in my move list? But is it still gonna be a wall combo though with the damage reduction? So here's up for 1 free. Adjusted the behavior on blocks so that the first and second hit now forms a block string. What does that mean? That it jails on block? Reduced the opponent's recovery time on block for the second hit by 2 frames. Changing the frame advantage on block from -7 to -9. Reduced the input window for the second hit by 4 frames. You can't delay it at all. What's the point of this attack now? I would use it as a wall combo, but not even, like, that's 4 damage less. I can only stress, like, those of you who thought this killed his identity. I can do upward 1 free when he's in heat. It's a homing mid. Yeah, but if you blocked it, I'm -7, right? And it ate up a good chunk of my heat bar. Whereas if I did while standing free, I'm -5 with pushback, no heat required. Yeah, I think people jumped the gun a lot on their opinions, to say the least. So this move is now, it still looks kind of sick though, but it's, what am I going to do with this attack? There's nothing on King. If you wanted to tone down combo damage, I would have done something about his wall combo. Kuma Panda, I'm just gonna double check. Do I see a butt input here or down for the 1+2? Nope. So they still have that wall combo. You're toning down damage, but they're still gonna have like a 40 damage wall combo. Well, I mean, I guess Brian didn't get damage nerfs either, so they get to keep insane damage. Panda, damage 1 free. Is that the bullshit throw? Okay, so 4 frames more recovery on whiff and less tracking. Yeah, you gotta nerf that because it's ridiculously busted. And so those of you who don't know, that's a 15 frame start up untechable throw. That if Panda is in heat, will launch you or wall splat you. Outside of heat, it will always wall splat. Up for 2, change the damage from 27 to 20. That's a damage nerf, combo nerf. During sidestep 1+2, we're standing now, the opponent, instead of crouching when blocking. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 3 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from neutral to -3. So that's good. The transition into hunting, the frame advantage on block has been adjusted from +6 to +3. Does this mean, as a natural follow-up to this, that on a hit, it doesn't guarantee hunting stance 1-2 anymore? Because they used to get for 50 damage now this move into +12, and then they get hunting 1-2 for free into +6. It still does that. It's not guaranteed now. Okay. Yeah, I know no one cares about these characters, but it would be nice if I can get a definitive answer. No one knows. Man, no one gives a shit about these characters, man. No one gives a shit. It's still guaranteed. Okay, so it's still a super good move. During hunting, 4-1+2 change the damage from 40 to 30. Oh, this is the throw. This is the untechable throw. It does 30 now instead of 40. So that's nice. Still unseeable though. From stance, an unseeable, untechable throw. I'm not sure I like that type of mix-up, you know. But Yoshi has it as well from flying. You know, he kicks his feet and up you go into the air. This is a big one, such a dumb move. Hunting down for 1. The opponent's recovery time on blocking has been reduced by 5 frames. Oh, it's not -2 anymore. The homing counter it mid-launcher. It's now -7. Change the opponent's behavior on hit and counter it to prevent follow-up attacks. Wait, is this no longer a counter hit launcher? But that's good. I'm assuming it's no longer a counter hit launcher. That's a big nerf. Lars, blah, 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 blah. Stomp. Adjusted so that follow-up attacks no longer occur on block or whiff. When you block his stomp now, that low, he doesn't get a mix-up now on block. Oh, so we're back to playing Tekken against Lars. Okay, hopefully. Down forward, free, reduce the distance to opponent on block. This is when he does a kick into a backflip and he ends up 3 meters away from you. It's -15, but now less pushback. So that's good. During silent entry, 1+2. That's the power crush, right? It's -14 instead of -13. Adjusted the opponent's behavior on down hit. It does it not pancake flip anymore? Did we do the Lee blazing kick where it throws them far away now? Lee! Nothing. But Harada did say on Twitter that they are looking into Lee. So again, I'm assuming the characters where you see not a whole lot happening, I think we're still trying to figure out what we're going to do with those characters. So I would wait for June. Leo. Back 1. The opponent's recovery time on blocking has been reduced by 3 frames and the advantage on block has been changed from -9 to -12. Okay, but is back 1-4 still homing? You can step it again. Oh god. Thank god. That is so good. Those of you who don't know, Leo has always had a string where he goes like elbow into a knee, like that. And from that, he does a mix-up on you. A stance mix-up, where he stands like this. Hello! You could step this in Season 1. So if you did back 1-4 into his mix-up stance, when you block the initial elbow, you could sidestep right, I believe, in time for the follow-up knee. So you can beat the mix-up. But for Season 2, they made this unsteppable. So all Leo had to do was walk into you and do back 1-4, and every time it's like free mix-up. So that's back to being steppable now. So that's good for top level players. For pretty much 99.99% of players, this doesn't change anything because you're like, who's Leo? And how good looking is he? Well, he's very cute. You're lucky. While running free, hold down. The timing for executing moves from fuck you has been delayed by 4 frames, and the frame advantage on block has been adjusted from +10 to +6. Well, that kind of makes sense. Jin got his while running free transition nerfed in terms of frames, so I think this is fair. During Fobu. Oh, this is the low. Oh, thank god, they made the fuck you low. -13. -12 was crazy on that low, so that's good. Reduce the opponent's recovery, adjusting frame advantage from +4. And it's +2 now on hit. Very good nerfs to Leo. Very good changes. That's a big thumbs up. Leroy. Sidestep 3-4 seems to be it. Very spammed move right now by Leroy players. The downward size of the hitboxes for first and second hits has been reduced, making it more difficult to connect against opponents in a down state. The opponent's recovery time on blocking has been reduced by 2 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed from +5 to +3. Okay, so still a good move. During sidestep 3-4, the following issues occur. So same attack. The following issues occurred during the transition into Hermit after an attack have been... Alright, so this had balancing problems, but it was also a bugged move. Fixed a bug where transitioning into Hermit was possible 9 frames earlier than intended. Fixed a bug where low attacks from the opponent could be parried 9 frames earlier than intended. So basically, if he did that double kick and you ever tried to do a low, he would auto low parry your ass like immediately. So that was obviously super dumb. Lydia, blah 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 blah. During heat, 1+2 hold. Charge to second level, change the damage from 50 to 35. This is a charge up attack she has in heat. She goes, Saya Kushpushta! And it does less damage now. Have you ever played against the Lydia? During Heaven and Earth, the combo damage scaling after an aerial hit has been changed from 80% to 60%. So that's a significant damage reduction. Oh, is it the heat stance? 1. This is a combo damage reduction. Okay. Approach airborne opponent. Forward 4 free. This would wall splat. If you launch someone, take them to the wall, and you do that, that would wall splat them yet again. Even stronger. Was it even better than Dragunov's wall throw? The damage dealt during the throw animation has been adjusted as follows. Heaven and Earth level 1. No change. Heaven and Earth. No, level 0. Sorry, 0. Heaven and Earth level 1. 26 to 20. Heaven and Earth level 3. 50 to 38. Okay, so it does quite a bit less. Okay. Lily. Oi, oi, oi. There is a lot on Lily. What the fuck? Wait, this is toning down her combo damage, right? So Brian, don't touch my ball, motherfucker. No. Heihachi gets damage nerfs. Kuma still has his wall combo. But it's true, Lily is a high damage character. And Asuka got her damage nerfed, but not like this. This seems, holy shit, Okay, I see an interesting comment here. To be honest, Lily does deserve damage reduction. With good movement, with high combo damage is stupid. Isn't that sort of a beauty of Tekken though, that someone uses defense and movement to create you whiffing, which is not easy against a good player, because good players will not risk having an attack getting whiffed. I'm just saying, if someone moves around, creates a whiff on you, and then launches you into high damage, that's... You just described Tekken Tag 1. You just described Tekken Tag 2. You just described Tekken 5. Those games were not about poking, they're about movement. Anytime you press a button, you take a huge risk. And someone can move and then launch you into big damage. Like, that's just core Tekken. Someone is rewarded for strong movement spacing, defensive play, sees you whiff, and on reaction, boom, launches you. Like, Lily is... With her movement, she's more a defensive character than she has good offense, in my opinion. So I feel like she's one of the characters that maybe deserves high damage. But, you know, that's just my opinion. Everything combined here will lead to less combo damage, but it's not that bad. This, obviously, is comical, considering Brian is a significantly better character than Lily. But he has no damage reductions. Nina, nothing. Okay. Paul... Oh, you can't delay the deep dive string anymore. Deep dive 2-1, deep dive 2-3. You cannot delay the final hit anymore. Reduce the input window for the second hit by 6 frames. Yeah, this used to be quite delayable. So now you gotta commit. Deep dive hatchet. Reduced opponent's recovery by 6 frames, adjusting frame advantage from +6 to +3. I mean, still an amazing move. Why was that ever +6 is the question. Raven. So this is his Patricide Fist. Core Circle Forward 1+2. +5 mid. Wall Splat. The opponent's recovery time on block has been reduced by 3 frames. Oh, it's now +2 instead of +5. Still an amazing move. Raven, while rising 3-4, the opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 3 frames, and the advantage on block has been changed. Is this the mid kick, where he does like a hook kick that knocks down? So that's not safe anymore. That's -12 now. That's a pretty big nerf. That's a mid homing heat engager. That kick. Man, I had no clue. Amazing move. Reyna, blah, 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 blah. War God kick. Changed the damage from 27 to 23. Okay, so they did not do any changes to Heaven's Wrath 3-4. That's very, very disappointing. But that's funny. I feel like she barely got any changes to her damage, though. She's very high damage. I mean, okay, yeah, this is a nerf. Oh, that's a counter hit launcher. So that's a damage nerf. And a nerf to this move also means a damage nerf on any kind of knockdown that guarantees this. So, okay. Shaheen, nothing. No one gives a shit. Oh, this was expected though. What's it called? 5 Fox Fury? The heat string. Insufferable heat string. The opponent's recovery time when blocking has been reduced by 8 frames. You don't say. Yeah, you needed a big reduction in frames on this one. +11. And the advantage on block has been changed from +4 to -4. Oh, so if you don't use Flicker, you're -4. When transitioning into Flicker stance, it goes from +11 to +3. Probably should have been like that from the start. So you still get an advantage. It's just not hilariously stupid anymore. But that's good. 112. Due to an unintended increase in recovery time, the recovery has been reduced by 4 frames. Adjusting the frame advantage on block from -11 to -7, and on hit, so it's no longer unsafe on block, and on hit from 0 to he gets +4 on his 112 now. That's fair. During Lionheart 2, reduce the hitbox size when the opponent is grounded to mitigate unintended hits on opponent's position behind the character. Okay, so a shame here is that Peekaboo 2 and Duck in 2 still auto transition into Lionheart. I wish they would remove that. A lot of Steve players really dislike those. Lionheart 1 shouldn't wall splat. No, I agree. Shouldn't wall splat. Victor, nothing. Xiaoyu, nothing. Yoshimitsu, nothing. Zafina, nothing. Oh, Anathema, isn't that what the Warp, the Chaos Gods, I've just learned, that's what they call the God Emperor of Mankind, right? The Anathema. My god, Warhammer is the best. Now I want to play Zafina because she has the God Emperor in her move list. So that's it. It's going to be interesting to see what the new Heat Burst looks like. If I do a tiny step and it always whiffs now. I mean, would I have wanted to see way more? Abso-fucking-lutely. But is this a good patch? It absolutely is. It's still a good patch because, you know, it just tones things down. And that's what this game needs right now. But yeah, certain characters just puzzling. Like Clive, Brian, many of like King, like many others we could mention, but should be getting hands broken, you know, casino cheater style. If you've seen some Martin Scorsese movies, hammer on the hand. That's what they deserve, Clive players, you know. I'm assuming that happens on the 3rd of June. But this is a big step in the right direction for sure. So now I'm gonna take a minute to look at some of this stuff in-game as well. But it looks very good just reading the patch notes. So thanks for listening to me, everyone on YouTube, and have a great day. Take care.